our podcast, we will discuss about books. Manish has chosen one book, one of his favorite books of all time, and I have chosen one book, my favorite of all time. And so we'll just start. Manish will first go on, we'll talk about his favorite book, and then I will tell about my book. So, Manish, let's get started.
Yeah, this is Amit. I'm going to give my review and recommendation both on the book. It's the classic book of Dale Carnegie. He is public speaking coach, and this book is the quick and easy way to effective speaking. This has been compiled and written, though it was voluminous earlier, but when he passed away, then his wife made it compiled and published it. It was really a gem on public speaking because he has coached lots of thousands of people, businessmen and all those. So he has written his experience. His experience he has jotted on diary, so that has been compiled by her wife. So he has what he saw of speaking, like a speaker and audience. Third is the purpose or prepared and impromptu talks. So, and the first part, he emphasized that what is the basic skill, and there are three parts: acquiring the basic skill, developing confidence, speaking effectively, the quick and easy way. So I have underlined some part of it. I will just read out. We will feel connected. He has just jotted down one experience of a person who really said that how did he he was really anxious to give his speech. So how to really make it effective? What he said, that you project yourself into the future, that suppose you become a confident public speaker, what benefit you will get. So project yourself the benefit of that public speaking. Concentrate on, suppose I become confident, what would I get? I would like to share my experiences. I would like to make other leaders. I would like to progress in my career. I would like to lots of opportunity my career provide. So he said that you project your future thing, like what would you become confident in, what would you become when you start public speaking. And then you have to work towards bringing that projection into reality. And how can it be done? By step by step. That is his prime thing, that you keep your goal before you. The heading name is keep the goal before you. You have to have goals. You have to know that why I am in public. It's not that public speaking everybody is passionate about. It's not like that. So why you are passionate? It's not that speaking with the public. We can go and speak publicly, but ultimately, if you want to become a great public speaker, that is why do you want to become a great public speaker? That why should be you should require to know. And then it says that you have to, like we have discussed yesterday, that you have to believe that I'm going to succeed in that my endeavor, whatever attempt. So see yourself as a good speaker, and wherever you get opportunity, you try to grab that opportunity. So that is part one. And then he has some hacks to developing confidence, and some facts that get the facts about fear of you're not unique. Like someone has asked a question that fact about the public speaking, fear of public speaking. So fact number one, he has written that you are not unique in your fear of public speaking. Even most of them have fear. Even you don't see the fear. There are people who can speak in a great way. They also have fear. And he says a certain amount of stage fright is useful. It is useful. If you have no amount of stage fright, it's like you are not really excited about it. Once you are excited about topic, it means you will have definitely some stage fright. And fact number 3 is that professional speakers have assured me that they never completely lose all stage fright. He has interviewed lots of people, and then they say that they have never lose the stage fright. They also still have. And fact number 4 is that main fear of public speaking, the cause is that you are unaccustomed to public speak in public. That is the only reason. It's not you are not accustomed to speaking in public. So that is the only reason we have fear of public. It's not that people is judging you. Nothing. Nobody has time, and those things that we all know. And then, so part 1, he has sort of fundamental of public speaking, acquiring the basic skill, and then developing confidence and speaking effectively. So one example I have. Yeah. He says that first, if you want to choose the topic is to be chosen not thinking about yourself, thinking about the audience. When we give a speech, what audience will take away from that? From that angle, it's not that you are confident in speaking particular on subject, but whether that subject will appeal to the audience or not. That is the main primary goal, to decide on the topic to speak. And then we will have to use our experiences on that, our life experiences, anecdotes, those kind of things. We all know such things. Theoretically, I think both of us know those things. And then he says that look for the topic in your background. Means what is the right topic? Means get deeper, dig deeper in your life. You will get the topics. Like people really like topic like if you want to dig deeper on your life, people would get connect to when you will speak on your early years and upbringing and early struggles to get ahead, your hobbies and recreations. These things, special areas of knowledge, unusual experiences, beliefs and convictions. These are the topics people would really connect with you if it is from your life background or somewhere. The second thing he says that you should be always excited about your subject. If you are not excited, then I think you won't get audience attention. You have to be excited about your topic. Really, you have to be excited from your heart. You really feel that topic. And then second thing is that you have to be eager to share your talk with listeners. You have to be excited about your topic. Second, you have to be eager to share. That is also a good point he has said. And then it says that he also says that how to develop speech material, so to guarantee or audience attention, he has divided it into 3 or 4 parts. That he said that limit your subject, don't describe much, subject should be limited. Develop a reserve power. Reserve power in the sense you have to narrow it down, your topic, till it become crisp and clear in your mind at least. And fill your talk with illustration and examples. Humanize your talk. Humanize your talk. He has really average speech would be far more appealing if it is rich with human interest stories. So it's not like that you will go and speak like any of the Toastmaster. People would not connect with you. People will connect with you when you feel that you are vulnerable, you are really embarrassed. Those kind of things people really would connect with it. If they think that you are you have no flaw, you are speaking like then people would not connect with you. That is one of the things. And then he says that personalize your talk by using names, be specific, fill your talk with detail, dramatize your talk by using dialogue, visualize by demonstrating what you are talking about. And then he says that use concrete and familiar words that create pictures in the audience's mind. Those pictures, proverbs, similes, those you have to use to make up. And then he says that choose subject you are earnest about, you really passionate about, you are emotionally involved in that subject. Only speak on that topic. Yeah, realize the feelings you have about your topic. That is also one of the things. Talk in terms of listeners' interest. I have already covered. Give honest, sincere appreciations. Identify yourself with the audience. Make your audience a partner in your talk. Play yourself down. So these are the part 2. And part 3 is the purpose and prepared impromptu speech. Part 3 he says that you have to crash through your shell of self-consciousness. Unless you come out of your shell of self-consciousness, you won't be a great speaker. Don't try to imitate others. Be yourself. Converse with your audience. Put your heart into your speaking. Practice making your voice strong and flexible. So those are few suggestions. And the last, not the least, he has said that challenge of speaking, introducing speakers, presenting, accepting award, thoroughly prepare what you are going to say, follow, be enthusiastic, be warmly sincere, thoroughly prepare the talk or presentation, begin your talk with an incident. Like if you want to get attention immediately, longer talk. For a longer talk, then you begin your talk with an incident. Example, arouse suspense, state an arresting fact, ask for show of hands, promise to tell the audience how they can get something they want, use an exhibit, avoid getting unfavorable attention, like do not open with an apology, never, avoid the funny story opening, never, don't open your speech with a joke, support your main ideas with statistics, testimony of expert, analysis, demonstration with or without an exhibit, summarize and ask for action last. And then last thing, use a specific detail in everyday conversation. Use effective technique. You must persist. Keep the certainty about. Basically, the crux of this book is it's the practical ideas he has given to prepare the material and how to deliver it. And it's not that you should be perfect. You should keep going like we are doing. We should take a role in the Toastmaster. We should give our speeches, keep delivering speeches, and gradually and slowly we will get to know the nuances of public speaking. So that is what is the summary of this book. I can say.
I learned a couple of things. Some of the key points that I learned is, one, you have to face public to get get used to the public, to face the fear of public.
It's not a fear, it's because we are not accustomed to it. If suppose you come to my house for day one, you may feel a little uncomfortable in new place. So it's a new place, that is why we have to be accustomed. We have to be comfortable. Yeah, go ahead.
So I have this fear of public speaking. Even if I don't want to speak, I'll go to Toastmasters regularly. That might help getting me overcome my fear of public speaking. Yeah. The second point was, even everyone, even the talented public speaker, they also feel this fear, have this fear of public speaking. That was comfortable to know. And the third point was, it was about practicing, not starting the speech with funny stories or jokes. That is a good suggestion, because I was thinking of doing such things, and it usually turns out to be a disaster. So that was something important to know. And the book that I will be discussing is On the Power of Strangers by Joe Keohane, and it is a wonderful book about how when a society welcomes stranger, that society develops, prosper, and becomes a harbinger of progress. For example, you take Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi. These are the capital cities of India, Or you can take the most developed countries in the world, America, France, Germany. What do they have? What all of these countries have one thing in common? They welcome people from all over the countries. And when these people go, for example, America is an amalgamation of people from various parts of the world, and no wonder it is the most developed country. If, for example, President Joe Biden is of Irish descent, Barack Obama African American. Similarly, in France, Germany, when you welcome strangers, you tend to learn things from their perspective. When a stranger comes, they bring with us their own recipe, their own stories, their own way of doing things, which only broaden our horizon of doing things. And that is how humans learn and develop. We as a human are social animal, and we can only prosper if we all come together and work in a synchronous way. There is this study why Neanderthals who had bigger brains, they were more muscular than us, they were not able to evolve. I mean, they extinct for some reason. What could be that reason? And we human, we prospered and we are now ruling the world. The only reason is this camaraderie, the language that we developed to communicate with each other, and we learned the art of helping each other, reciprocating our help to one another, such and so. The book is about about strangers, why people don't have conversation with strangers, why they hold back not talking to strangers. There was this very interesting study done by a professor from University of Chicago. His name I am forgetting, but he's very famous professor. I forgot his name. So anyway, what he did some really interesting study. So he took a bunch of people, and he took them to I have told you this story before. He took them to for a train journey. He divided that group into three subgroups. The first group was asked you have to deliberately talk to the person sitting next to you. The second group was asked to do whatever you wish, whatever you want. The third group was asked to not talk to the strangers. And after this experiment happened, the first group, they did talk to the strangers. The middle group, half of them did talk, or 30% of them did talk, and 70% of them didn't. And the group which was asked not to talk, they didn't talk at all. So the final result was that the group who talked to strangers, their travel was really interesting, and they really learned something new. The bottom line was their travel was really interesting. So why don't they talk to strangers? The question was that. So the answer is that they anticipate that talking to another stranger on a travel will bother them, but that was not what the study found. In fact, when you talk to strangers, the strangers like talking to you more than you anticipate. That was really interesting finding, and this study was replicated over in UK, US, and all over the city, across the culture it was found. So there is a beautiful quote. That guy is really a good writer, I would say, because things which are easy to read is difficult to write. So he writes, conversations have the power to turn strangers into friends, coffee dates into marriages, and interviews into jobs. But part of what makes conversations difficult is that people systematically underestimate how much their conversation partners like them and enjoy the company. That is really a good way to put it, what I have been talking about. So how to go on, like how do you realize that talking to stranger is important? One way to realize is like you have to have this curiosity, because he says curiosity is a hedge against prejudice. He says to remain curious about other people and why they feel the way they do is to be curious about why I feel the way I do. He says that in order to understand ourselves, we have to be curious about others. And that is really one important thing I have learned, Manish, is I have to realize that the other person has as much as enriching life as I have. They have the stories that I will never learn. I mean, there are so many people and they're having the same life. When we talk to pizza delivery guys, when we see security guards, we never give a second thought about their lives. But believe it or not, they are having same struggles as ours. They feel the same hunger, the same thirst. And once we realize that, it becomes really easy to converse with them. And when we converse with them, we learn. That is how why do parents send their kids to college? So that they will not only learn the study part, but they will learn the perspective. They will learn how people from different cultures solve problems, how people from different culture thinks about a problem. That is what exposure means. That is why rich parents send their kids to US, France, Germany, because they get to see the perspective, and that is what basically means exposure. And it is really, really important to have exposure, because if you see the world through the lens which you have been shown throughout your when throughout your childhood, you won't get to live much, because our life is short and we won't be able to learn much in very short life unless and until we talk to strangers. And I'll end this with a beautiful quote which I forgot where I wrote. Yeah, so because the question is how do I approach, the thing is you have to realize that the stranger is human. He also has a life. He also has story, that he also has struggles that is behind the going on behind the scenes. So whenever you see someone and you feel like talking, go ahead, follow your curiosity. If you notice something different, compliment or ask them a question. And there are many stories I want to talk about, but since you are getting late, that's a topic of another day. So that was my book, Manish.
Yeah, and then we will give a sneak peek about tomorrow's topic. We will speak on the public speaking myth. I really came across a good myth. We also have those myths. When we discuss on those myths, we will have clear picture about what the actual public speaking is, not only from practical side. We will discuss about all the myths we encounter, whether it's myth or whether it's really. We will discuss on those topics also, because I feel that this is important for both of us. Something to get clear.
Yeah, so that will be our topic of tomorrow's podcast. Till then, we take
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We are signing off. See you next time.